Ah, set up all these gadgets. So we'll be coming out of Zephaniah, y'all. Zephaniah chapter 3. Zephaniah chapter 3, y'all. It's a very powerful chapter here, y'all. I know I'm always trying to bring a little clarity to what we doing and what we seeing and what we speaking. What we doing, what we seeing, and what we speaking. That's what I'm bringing clarity to, brother man. Peace, peace. As we always say, the Bible is God's prophecy, it's God's will, it's what God will do to profit the people. These are the things that God will do to profit the people. We are not reading things that God have done. If you don't think God is powerful, then you're going to bear witness to the power. But we don't read this book to talk about what God had did. You know, we read this book to understand what's going to profit us, which is the will of God, not the will of man. All religions, all interpretations come from man, and none of these things profited us. None of them. So we know what? Man don't profit us. We need the will of God, not the will of man. Now, I don't come on here every day to come do my will. If not, I wouldn't be reading the book. I've been teaching you my own doctrine, my own perspective. But I just came to do the will, and that's to put all nations under God. And then we can put our talents to work. So I know I got my YouTube on, so I can't really play no music. So we can dive right into it, y'all. We can dive right into it. Zephaniah chapter 3, y'all. Like I say, we got your Bibles turned there. Very, very good chapter. Very good chapter, y'all. So it says, woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppression city, the city of oppression. Polluted, filthiness, information pollutes the mind. It oppressed the mind. It says she obeyed not the voice. So what do the filthy people reject? You know how many dirty people and filthy people read the Bible? Just filthy, dirty. Read the book every day. But what a filthy and dirty person can't do, they can't hear the voice. It says she obeyed not the voice. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Lord. She drew not near to hear her God. Her princes within her are roaring lions. Her judges are evening wolves. They grow not the bones till the marrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons. Her priests have polluted the sanctuary. They have done violence to the law. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning do he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust know no shame. See, that's what I be saying sometimes. I'm like, these people come up here and they do these things in front of the world. They ain't got no shame. Because it say what? The just Lord is in the midst. No iniquity will be in his mouth. So it say, every morning do he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but what? The unjust got no shame. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are isolated. I have made their streets waste, that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabited. I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwellings should be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore wait upon me, said the Lord, until the day I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. So what is God here to do? Gather the nations. For my determination is to gather the nations. We still divide them. Under what? Our false religion. It's one truth. So you need to ask yourself, do you have the one truth, or do you think you got the truth? And if you're humble enough, you're going to say, well, I don't know if I got that one truth. But, so if you're thinking right now, then just think. Don't speak. Because you might be babbling. God is against the prophets of Babylon. God not against people who don't read the Bible. God not against people who don't have a religion. God not against people who don't go to church. God is against what? The prophets of Babylon. Verse 9, 3 and 9. It say, for then will I turn to my people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Lord, to serve him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my supplicants, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring my offering. In that day shall thou be ashamed for all thy doings, wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will take away out of the midst of thee them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Lord. So all these people with all this pride, like they know who God is, I know who Christ is, I serve my God day and night, I serve the Lord. Y'all know how they be. But it tell you how you're going to be if you're all in your pride. God going to leave what? The poor and afflicted. So it says, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies. The remnant of Israel. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouths. for they shall feed and lie down. Now, what they gonna be feeding on? This is my famous question. What bread you got? The bread from heaven or the bread with yeast? There's only two breads. What bread you got? The bread with yeast or what? You got the bread from heaven. Now, if you got the bread from heaven, you coming from heaven. Now, where's our teacher that's coming from heaven with the bread? Nobody know where he at. So what we eating? Bread with yeast. So why we haven't received rest yet? Because you're not eating from the one you should be eating from. That's the sacrificial lamb. Not the best person who read the Bible. Your sacrificial lamb is who you eat from. So it says, the remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. The remnant. Nor speak lies. Neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. Because what they gonna do? It say, for they shall feed and lie down. So they gonna eat and receive rest. And none shall make them afraid. You know, pastors make you scared. Conspiracy theorists make you scared. Muslims put all this information put fear in you. But once the truth comes, it's no fear. And then you resting with no fear. It says, verse 14, Zephaniah 3 and 14, sing, O daughter of Zion, shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Lord hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thy enemy. The King of Israel, even the Lord, is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil anymore. In that day, y'all know how the scripture always say in that day? That's why we say ain't no dates on the scriptures. You can't put no date on in that day, because in that day, no man knew about. Not even the Son. So when the prophets say in that day, they speaking of that day that's not known by man. That's the day that's being spoken of right here. So verse 16, in that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, fear thou not, and to Zion, let not thy hands be slack. The Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. Somebody, y'all, why I keep saying in the midst? Everybody keep telling us the sky. The scriptures keep saying in the midst. Do we believe man? I can't say believe the book, because that's why you got to come to Christ. You got to find Christ. Whether you believe it's me or not, you got to find him. He got to be in the flesh. So you one step closer once you find Christ in the flesh. You in Hollywood if you think Christ is in the sky. So it says, the Lord thy God in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assemblies, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will do all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out. And I will get them, and I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. So God was going to be giving fame to those who have been what? Put to shame. You know how when you seen what? Princes walking, and servants on horses? It says at that time. They go at that time. What time? God time, not devil time. Nah. See, the devil time, 7 AD, BC, all that's devil time. 2,000 years ago, man, what happened 2,000 years ago? Literally, what happened? Most people don't know what happened over here last week. What happened in Baton Rouge, Louisiana last week? You don't know. So how the hell you know what happened 2,000 years ago? Even the people that wrote the books, they don't know what happened in Baton Rouge 10 days ago. Shit, they damn sure don't know what happened on my street. I gotta tell them, because I'm here. So if anything happened in my neighborhood on my street, anybody that wrote the Bible, or anybody that's your favorite historian cannot tell you what happened on my street 10 days ago. Unless I tell them. Or somebody living on this street tell them. So now back then they didn't have cameras. So who recorded things 2,000 years ago? When Ethiopia just brought handwriting in the 1900s. I'm gonna say it again. Ethiopia just started writing I'm talking about as a majority. Now, of course, you had priests that dealt with handwriting, but as a collective, if they've been writing for 2,000 years, everybody in Ethiopia would have been writing in the 1900s. You mean to tell me it took 2,000 years to teach everybody how to write? Wasn't nobody writing no 2,000 years ago, y'all. We're not just, like I say, they told us anything and we just believed it. It don't even make sense once you start thinking logic. But you can't be a hoarder. You can't want to hold on to all that information. Moses said, get rid of that bread we eat. It ain't the bread from heaven. Who told you those things? Christ? Matter of fact, Christ ain't told you nothing because you had to read everything you know. So actually, nobody told you nothing. You either talking to yourself or you listening to your vain imaginations. What's going on, brother man? Slime King, peace.
Peace.
So y'all, it's simple, logical sense. So it say, at that time, I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, said the Lord. I'm going to read that one more time, y'all. That's why I know. Like, God said he was going to make our congregation as aforetime. The children of Israel received glory, fame when they came out of Egypt. So everybody think we're going to run away. When I tell people we're going to go back to Ethiopia, we running away. No, we ain't got to run away. The whole world finna know who we are. Ain't that's what's going on? Like, have anybody asked now in the Bible, you read the biblical people was a family. They just wasn't everybody. There was a particular people. Where are these people? Anybody else? Do anybody ask? That's what makes the Hebrews so strong. Where are the biblical people? Now, 70 years ago, everybody thought they was the Jews that went back to Israel. Well, they don't fit the prophecy. Because if the Jews would turn back home, that means the kingdom was given over to the saints. Why is it still hell on earth? It's a lot of artificial things going on, right? So now we finna turn around. So I'm gonna read this last verse again in Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 20. It say, at that time. What does it mean when at that time? That's a particular time. That's a certain time. That's an appointed time. I will bring you again, even in the time that I gather you. For I will make you a name and a praise among people. Our praise coming from the sky, or it's going to be among the people. So what I came clarifying to everybody, God gave me a name. God gave me praise. All this God given. No, it's not. Huh? That's what I don't know. I don't know if I could be illiterate. So I'll be asking you. I'm always open for correction if it's logical correction. So it says, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth, when I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Lord. So what's going on right now? This captivity is being turned back. Why you think it's judgment on the Roman Catholic Church? Why you think it's judgment on all religions? So we could open up another church? So we could build a mega church? Or we could turn this captivity around? Which one sounds better? To build a mega church and teach everybody what I know? Or to actually turn all this stuff back around and what? Make the world a better place. Which one sounds better to y'all? Which one sounds godlike? Because we done watch many men build churches. How many people got to come to your church for God heal everybody? So that was the end of Zephaniah chapter 3, y'all. Like I said, it's a very good chapter. If you understand, all these things are happening now. None of these things, y'all, happened 2,000 years ago. They are happening now. So I want to read some out of Lamentations, y'all. I'm going to read a little bit. I'm not going to read the whole chapter. I'm just going to read the first part of Lamentations. Lamentations chapter 1. You must understand what truly happened to Ethiopia. You must understand what happened to Ethiopia. Was it trouble? I'm going to kick him out. Queen, you a troll? Is it troll for real? Troll for real?
I think so.
Queen, you a troll or you came up here to listen? So we in Lamentations, y'all, chapter 1. You must understand, if you don't understand what happened to Ethiopia, you don't understand the biblical story. Remember, we're not on devil time. We're on God time right now. We're no longer on devil time. And it's crazy how some people say what? They on demon time. Y'all hear that saying going around? Demon time?
Yes, sir.
Like,
yeah, that's right. They don't even know what they.
Huh?
I said they don't even know what they saying.
They don't, bro. They don't. So I'm in Lamentations, y'all. It say, Lamentation 1:1. It say, how do the city sit solitary that was full of people? How is she become as a widow? She that was great among the nations, and princess among the provinces, how she has become tributary. She wept sore in the night, and her tears are on her cheeks. Among all her lovers, she had gone to comfort her. All her friends have dealt treacherously with her. They have become her enemies. Truth, wisdom. Judah is gone into captivity because of affliction and because of great servitude. She dwelleth among the heathen. She findeth no rest. All her persecutors overlook her between the traits. The ways of Zion do mourn, because none come to the solemn feast. All her gates are deisolated. Her priests sigh. Her virgins are afflicted, and she is in bitterness. Her adversaries are the chief of her enemies. Her adversaries are the chief. Her enemies prosper, for the Lord had afflicted her for the multitude of her transgressions. Her children are gone into captivity before the enemy. Now, I'm going to stop right there because, like I said, I don't think this might not have been a chapter I wanted to read. But I can stop right there because, like I said, I wanted to speak on the captivity because this is what Lamentation is really about, the captivity. So when I turn to the New Testament, y'all, what is the New Testament about? Captivity. Now, people always tell us Jesus died, or Jesus came, died, woke up, showed himself, and left. Why ain't get the people out of captivity? See, that's the Hollywood Jesus. You got two Jesus. You got the Hollywood, where they said somebody came 2,000 years ago from a woman, got killed, rose up, showed himself, and left. Now remember, the people in captivity. So Christ left the people in captivity. Let's go to Matthew, y'all. Because the Old Testament let you know we in captivity. Now, y'all want to say this Old Testament was what, 4,000 years ago? I don't know. I don't know what date y'all got for the Old Testament. But we go to Matthew 1. 1 and 17. And just open your mind to show you what this book is about. A generation that was going to be in captivity. And from that captivity, Christ will come. Not out the sky. So it says, Matthew 1 and 17. So all the generations from Abraham to David are 14 generations. 7 and 7, huh? Completion. And from David until the carrying away unto Babylon are 14 generations. So where was the house of David carried to? Because when they say David, when they say Abraham to David, it's talking about generations, it's talking about people. Not talking about just Abraham. Abraham represented people, David represented people, and then what? These people was carried to what? Babylon. So it say, from Abraham to David are 14 generations, and from David until the carrying away unto Babylon are 14 generations. And from the carrying away unto Babylon unto Christ are 14 generations. So Christ come from Babylon, right? So why didn't Christ destroy Babylon if he was in Babylon? God said he gonna send him back to do that? God said one time, yeah, why did God raise Christ from the dead if it wasn't time for him to destroy Babylon? He could have left him in the grave. He rose him up so the people could see him, and then so the people could see him taken away and they stay in Babylon. Like, y'all, this don't even, like I said, it don't even make sense if you really understand the Bible. But like I say, we don't understand the Bible. Like, when I read this verse to people, this go way over their head. They're way over their head. And that's why you don't understand when you read Revelations, you are reading what? About Christ destroying Babylon. But why is Christ destroying Babylon in Revelation? Because that's where he's going to be born at. That's where he's coming from. That's what he a part of. So God anointed him while he in Babylon to destroy Babylon. Why is this hard? But you see how the lie have made something so simple complicated. Like I say, really, we can teach the mysteries to 8th and 9th graders. They'll get it like this. But grown folks, like I say, who think they know, man, this go over their head. But it's clearly telling you Jesus is coming from Babylon. No, generation is typically 20 years. 14 generation is approximately but the Bible is in numerology. You know, like the Bible numerology have meanings rather than how we would take. That's like when you say 10, 7, 3. These have meanings rather than count numbers. You know, so the generations of David and Abraham is talking about the completion of whatever God wanted. So in every generation, you're going to have night and you're going to have day. You're going to have a completion of night and you're going to have a complete of day, which is darkness and enlightenment. You know, so, and like I say, I never really broke this down to count the generations because like I said, it's hard to count the generations. That's why I say time was only going to be verified by God when everything happened. That's why they call it signs and wonders. The signs of time. 7 is the number of completion. 14 is double. That's what I'm saying. Correct. So these things are a form of darkness and light. Because that's how time is really divided with God. Darkness and light. So you're going to have light and then you're going to have darkness. That was going to complete the generations. So right now, we are in darkness. Now we finna have a new time, which is going to be the light. Because God time is not dealt with a clock. God time is dealt with nighttime and daytime. You either got nighttime, you got daytime. Now, the numbers on the clock is, you know, something that's inputted by man for government. You know, time, that's why I say it's not really the devil, it's just for government. Like if I tell you a time and you on this time and it's just shit, the calculation of the sun, really. Oh, hey, meet me at this time. Oh, meet me at this time so it could govern what we meet at the same time. That's really what time is just for. It's not saying it's devil, it's just for government. You know, these things were put in for government. But the only way God tells time is through darkness and through light. God don't deal with numbers. So when it's nighttime, that's God time. When it's daytime, that's God time. Because these things are inputted by God. And that's why we had a 14. But this one verse prove Christ is now Bethlehem and Jerusalem. These are mind frames. These are not places as you would think on a map. And this is where we go wrong at. But yeah, if y'all want to add something, y'all want to say something, y'all got the floor. So y'all, this was going on. Christ has been risen up in Babylon, just like the book say. This ain't hard now. You know, you just weren't taught these things. So when the person, you know, that look like a lamb, that's looking like he been slain, come telling you these things, you're like, who's you? I get it. That's why I let you know who I am. Correct. Like Israel, Jerusalem, these are states of mind that dwell within people. That's like I say, what state of mind you in? So are you in the state of mind of the new Jerusalem, which comes down from heaven, which will be the Son of Man that's coming down with the information? You know, the one that built the new heaven and new earth by renewing his mind and transforming the body to bring the manifestation of the invisible God. That's the new Jerusalem. It says nobody has been in heaven but the one who comes down from heaven. That will be the Son of Man that's in heaven. So that's why the new Jerusalem come down from heaven, because that's where the information coming from. But the floor open, y'all, if y'all want to say anything. So right now, y'all, we are in Babylon. And this is where Christ is walking. In the midst of the false prophets. To bring judgment on our leaders and teachers. All right. Supreme. What's going on, brother man? Peace, peace. One love, one love. So y'all, this why, like I say, so understanding mysteries like that, y'all, because that would be a mystery because these are things we skip over. Because we read the book where Babylon got to be destroyed, but we saying Christ came 2,000 years ago when he was born in Babylon. So this book is not a history book. This book is prophecy. It's things that's gonna profit us in the last days. That's it. And we took it and we made it a fairy tale. Well, they made a fairy tale. They put it on TV. Don't you know, y'all? Most of us seen before we read the book, we seen the movie. Before we read the book, y'all, we seen the movie. So everybody want God prophecy to be a movie now. People literally want to see a movie. People want to see chariots. People want to see superpowers. People want to see walking on water. People want to see miracles. That's a movie, y'all. That's not real life.
Hey, can you ask the guy, is he ready for the cut hair right now?
AJ? Yeah. I'll go get him.
Yes.
Yeah, he here. But I don't know if he ready, but he here though. I'm about to get him.
Okay.
He in the back.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Danny.
Yes, sir.
Go get AJ. Tell him Jen was ready for the haircut. Wouldn't that be true? See, Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. So when you actually read the red writings, you're actually reading what the Spirit spoke through all the prophets. See, all the prophets testify of what? Christ's coming. So when you read the New Testament, when you're reading red, you're reading what the Spirit spoke through all the prophets. You're not actually reading a person that came 2,000 years ago. You just read things that was already spoken. By the prophets. That's why I say Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. Your thoughts must be manifested. Your body is a part of earth. Your body is a part of earth.
What's coming from your mouth? The mouth of God, man.
Across the street.
That's it.
Well, no. You told Jay?
Yeah.
All right.
It's AV right here.
We can't hear you, JT. I think your mic muted. We can't hear you.
Yeah, you kind of lagging. Can y'all hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you now.
I can hear you. I hear you
Don't
good.
worry about it.
We hear you, brother.
Yes, sir.
No, I was saying that's mind blowing. I don't want to use the terminology mind blowing, but just breathtaking, man. The image, the vision, just coming from your mouth. The mouth of God, man. Just because it's painting that vision, that image, man, and what you're saying, like, wow, that's I was just expressing it. You know what I'm saying? I was just expressing it.
Yes, sir.
By the Spirit. Jesus the Spirit.
Yeah, you going back out, JT.
Yeah, man. I'm in the wheel right now, so it ain't even really working right like now. But go ahead though. Go ahead. I'm gonna try to soon catch in though. I'm listening.
All right. Well, y'all, I guess to keep the conversation going, y'all, I read Isaiah chapter 2. And like I say, y'all, these will be my little go-to chapters when people try to say the Old Testament is history. Like every prophet seen the future. So how could this be a history book? How could this be a history book when the book of Psalms, the law, and the prophets is about Christ? If these writings about Christ, how could this be history? So now we can understand why the changing of time was so important. Because when you change the time about when these events was going to take place, you threw everything out without even touching the writings. You don't have to change the writings. You just tell us it happened at this time. So when it actually happened, we can't see it. So, and people like, man, the Bible, like I say, it was never the Bible. It was really the changing of time and what they told us. It was never the Bible. If you go to Isaiah chapter 2, I'm finna prove it. We're in Isaiah chapter 2. Now, Isaiah chapter 2 gonna talk about what? The last days. Because who did Isaiah write about? Christ. Did Isaiah tell us Christ was coming from the sky? No. Did Moses tell us Christ was coming from the sky? No. Did Jeremiah? No. None of these people. But now the whole world damn near believe in Christ coming out the sky. So is the book telling us this or is man telling us this? We're in Isaiah chapter 2. Let's see what's going to take place in the last days, y'all. Well, we all on one accord. But we do try to build with people, and like I said, this is one truth. And we understand we might butt heads, but at the end of the day, if you respectful, then we gonna all walk away as friends. So I don't know. People like to get, I don't wear my feelings at all. I don't like to say I'm a man of steel, but I'm not a man that's caught up in my feelings. But truth is truth. So Isaiah chapter 2, y'all, verse 1. The word that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. So this is a word that he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. It say, it shall come to pass in the last days. It shall come to pass in the last days. So when is this word going to come to pass? Already Isaiah letting us know. This not history he finna kick to you. This finna be what? A prophecy, a vision. It say in the last days that what? That the mountain of the Lord house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. What nations? What nations coming to the mountain, y'all? All nations. It clearly says all nations is coming to this mountain. Now, when was this going to happen that Isaiah clarified? In the last days. So why Isaiah talking about so why everybody talking about this the Old Testament? Shit, if Isaiah talking about the last days, this sounds like what? Something new to me, huh? This ain't nothing old. So it says, and many peoples shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob. The God of who? When does the Bible say the God of Jesus? It say the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The Bible never say the God of Jesus. The God of resurrection. The God that's able to what? Raise the body from the dead. That's the God of resurrection. I was dead. Nah, I'm alive. You don't believe in the God of resurrection? You don't believe the God in thought, sacrifice, and purpose? That's the only God. Thought, sacrifice, and purpose. The God of resurrection. Didn't God raise Jesus from the dead? Didn't God call Moses from Egypt? Didn't God call Abraham from outer worship? Didn't God call Noah from amongst the people? But now God don't do that no more. God a changed man. That's what people saying. No, I'm a changed man. God don't change. Now I'm a changed man. God don't change. So let me be the changed man. Let you see the change in me, because God ain't gonna change. So the God of Jacob, not the God of Jesus. In the last days, that's what this world understanding right now. The God of Jacob. People really understanding what Jacob trouble actually mean right now. So damn, this must be the last days, huh? Because I read the Bible. Well, I didn't read the Bible, but I went to church. I ain't never heard Jacob. You ever heard about Jacob when you went to church? How many people hear about Jacob when they go to church? You don't hear about no Jacob when you go to church. Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You might hear something about Abraham. You might hear a little few words about Jacob. But now, it say the God of Jacob? What? And he will teach us his ways. Oh, what? Most people say they already learned. When did Isaiah prophesy when you was going to get taught? In the last days. And then when you was going to have to be taught at? You was going to have to be the went up to the mountain. I got to read verse 3 again. It say, and many people shall go and say, many people, not all people, but many, Come ye and let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of the God of Jacob, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his paths. So where you was going to learn from? The book? That's all people got, the book. You was going to have to go to the mountain. You was going to have to go to where what? God's spirit was being housed. That's where you was going to have to go. It says, and he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For out of Zion shall go forth the law. So where the law coming from? The law coming from the mountain too. The law and the teachings coming from the mountain. So where all the priests getting their teachers from? Damn sure ain't going to the mountain. Because why ain't showed us the mountain yet? It say, and the word of the Lord from Jerusalem, and he shall judge among the nations, and he shall rebuke many peoples, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares, and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. Now, why are you not gonna learn war, y'all? You think you're gonna be fighting about religion? This is a war of religion, y'all. We living in a world, believe it or not, y'all. This is a religious war. If the Roman Catholic Church run the world, y'all, but they got the Father sitting on their throne, then what kind of war is this? Who's starting the wars? This is a false Christianity war. They're using religion as the cover. But we ain't gonna fight this war no more, because what? Once you know the truth, like I said, this, y'all, Jesus walking the earth. Every religion got a Jesus. Now they finna have God Jesus. Their religion over with. Because what? They done found Jesus now. Once you find Jesus, there ain't no more religion. You in the religion for Jesus. I'm going to say it again. You in the religion for Jesus. So when you find Jesus, it ain't no more religion. So what's the importance of finding Jesus right now? What's important of finding Jesus right now? To end all religions. So that's the war. We won't learn no more. This war is over with. O house of Jacob, come ye and let us walk in the light of the Lord. Now, what is the light? The light is truth. Truth is light to men. If the Bible was truth, everybody would be enlightened. Everybody's still in darkness. Everybody reading the Bible. Everybody's still in darkness. So let us walk in the light of the Lord. Therefore, thou hast forsaken thy people, the house of Jacob, because they be replenished from the east, and they are soothsayers like the Palestinians, and they please themselves in the children of strangers. Their land is also full of silver and gold, and there is any end of their treasures. Their land is also full of horses, neither is there any end of their chariots. Their land also is full of idols. They worship the work of their own hands, which their own fingers have made. And the mean man bowed down, and the great man humbled himself. Therefore, forgive them not. It's they worship the work of their own hands. They worship the work of their own hands. If we worshiping what God, because God gonna make Christ. See, the order was God, then Christ. Now we got God, man, then Christ coming back. That ain't the order of God. God don't skip Christ and go to man, because like I say, if God skip Christ and go to man, there's no need for Christ to come back, because God with us. What you need Christ for if God already with you? Everybody say Christ coming back, but they got God. How you screaming Christ and you screaming God with you, but then you screaming Christ, which is God is greater than Christ. This is what we read. You know, so these things, y'all, like I said, these are this like I said, this is 5th grade. This 5th grade. And we all can't attach ourselves to a message this simple. But everybody love God. I'm just gonna keep reading them, y'all. It say they worship the work of their own hands, which their own fingers have made. Then it say the mean man, the tough guy, the strong guy. What he do? He bow it down. What the tough rappers do? What's up, sis? Peace. What do the tough rappers do?
Peace.
They got a Jesus piece on. What do they say? I fear no man but Jesus. The toughest rappers got a Jesus piece on. These will be the mean man. They bow it down to Jesus. So it say, and the mean man bow it down, and the great man humble himself. Even the greats. I give all my glory to Jesus Christ. Submitting themselves to an idol. But if God was right in front of them, they'll pass right by him. So Isaiah say what? Therefore, forgive them not. Why should they be forgiven? It say, enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. Now, this is something that go over everybody's head too, because Revelation, I'm reading Revelations, because Revelation tell you the same thing in Revelation 6. They was going to hide from God's majesty. Now, God's majesty is not going to come out the sky. God's majesty was going to be upon the earth. Just as the sun rises from the earth, God's sun rises from the earth. And its heights is just as high as the sky. If you want to meet in the sky. That's why I say, go back to verse 2. Isaiah 2:2. It say, it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of the Lord's house shall be established in the top of the mountains. We no longer in the valleys. And shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. This is the time that Mount Zion is what? The highest mountain, which will be the wisdom of God. The virgin birth, It's what the virgin birth has birthed. What's up, brother man? Peace, peace. Peace, peace. So it say, for the glory of his majesty, the lofty looks of man shall be humble. The lofty looks. There's a lot of lofty looks. Y'all still holding on to them, but they got something going around that you tossing and turning at night. It say, the lofty looks of man shall be humble, and the haughtiness of men shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low, and upon all the cedars of Lebanon that are high and lifted up, and upon all the oaks of Bashan, and upon all the high mountains, and upon all the hills that are lifted up, and upon every high tower, and upon every fence wall. Now, you got to understand what I'm reading, I'm talking about the last days. So the Spirit of God got people reading the book when all this God gonna do. But God in you, and now you reading the book and you saying we got to teach the people scriptures? You don't know the work of God. It say, and upon all the ships of Taurus, and upon all the pleasant pictures. And the loftiness of a man shall be bowed down, and the haughtiness of men shall be made low, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. And the idols he shall utterly abolish, and they shall go into holes of the rocks, and into caves of the earth, for the fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. So if all religions are being shook right now, this was being shaken up on the earth, you know. It says you got to pay attention to the poem, pay attention to the writings of the song. It says, and they shall go into holes of rocks, and into the caves of the earth, for the fear of the Lord, and for the glory of his majesty. So the fear of the Lord is going to be the majesty of God. When he arises to shake. He don't know you. He must not know you up there. To shake terribly the earth. Terribly. You know how, if I say, you know, like I know I talk to a few people, I say, man, I'm destroying all religions. You know, they be like, I know all I say was shit, that's terrible. If you're going to destroy all religions, that's terrible. But man, that's terrible. To some people. But if you know what really got to be done, shit, that's actually good. But to most people, man, all religion got to be destroyed. Oh, shit, that's terrible. That's the whole world. Yeah, that's what's going on. That's what's written. I didn't write it. I just came to do the will. Let the will be done. So it says, it go in that day. Y'all see that? In that day again. In that day, a man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to bats, and go into cliffs of the rock and into the tops of the ragged rocks. Isaiah said this 3 times. He said, for the fear of the Lord and the glory of his majesty when he arises to shake the earth terribly. Isaiah kept saying this. Now he told you this is what he's seen. Let's go back to verse 1. Let's go back to 2 and 1. The words that Isaiah, the son of Amos, saw. Why did Isaiah see this? Who showed it to Isaiah? God. So what did Isaiah speak? The spirit of prophecy. That's Jesus. So what is Isaiah? A Jesus. The spirit of prophecy. The one that had the spirit to help him see the prophecy. So when you read the words in red, what are you reading? You get that verse where it say Isaiah said this when he seen his glory. It's in Matthew and John. So what glory did Isaiah see that was going to be going on in the last days? Now it clearly tell you, like I said, I got many versions of Isaiah where I can say, well, tell you he coming from David. He ain't coming from no sky.
Is it Isaiah or John?
No, Matthew or John.
You got John 12:41.
Yeah, that's what John 12:41. So let's go to John 12 and 41. I want to read something, y'all. Because we read this New Testament, we don't understand. Say they changed time on us, y'all, so they got us tripping, no? They got us tripping. So let's go to John 12 and 41. And by the way, y'all, this is recorded on YouTube if you missed anything. I'm going to go to verse 37. Let's go to 12 and 37. We're in the book of John. The book of John, St. John 12 and 37. It say, but though he had done so many miracles before them, yet they believed not on him. That the saying of Elias, which is Isaiah, the prophet might be fulfilled, which spake, Lord, who had believed our report? So it was already written that when Christ come in the last days, who was going to believe the report? That's the prophecy. But we let somebody take this prophecy, change time, and now everybody gonna see Christ. Y'all see how simple-minded we is? And I wouldn't say we're really simple-minded because, like I always say, we the first generation to really read the scriptures. You know, we the first generation to read the scriptures.
All right, leave me right now.
A Bible means collection of books. Who collected the books? We did. Grandma didn't collect the books. Mama didn't collect the books. It's only 2 generations ahead of this generation. You got mama, and this go all the way up to about the 70s. You got mama, you got grandma. You know great grandma ain't do it. Papa was too beat up. So you scratch great grandma out, you got grandma. Grandma didn't get all these books. Grandma wasn't going to the library and study every day. Grandma went to the pastors. You got exiled. Mama learned everything from grandma, most of them. If they didn't learn nothing. Because they took them away from the Bible because they say all that Jesus stuff was fake, which they wasn't lying about. But there's no lie without the truth. So if you're gonna call something a lie, you must know the truth about it. If you're gonna call something a lie, you must know the truth about it. So you can't call it a lie until you find out the truth. What's up, brother, man? I had to mute you, man. You know you had a little noise in the background on me. What's going on?
I was on.
I know that's what I told
I'm
him.
gonna cut it off.
So now we got us. We got the cell phones. We got the books. We traveling everywhere. Most of the young people got on planes way more than their parents did. especially when it comes to us. So this is the generation of information. But who gonna believe the report of what? God, when there's so much information? Not many. But when they realize the majesty, because there's so much false information, then what they was gonna do once they realized the majesty, they was gonna hide. This was written. So if you are John 30, they say that the saying of Elias, the prophet, might be fulfilled, which spake, Lord, who had believed our report, and to whom had the arm of the Lord been revealed? Therefore they could not believe, because Elias said again, he had blinded their eyes and hardened their hearts, that they should not see with their eyes, nor understand with their heart, and be converted, and I should heal them. These things said Elias when he saw his glory, and spake of him. Nevertheless, among the chief rulers also many believed on him, but because of the Pharisees, they did not confess him, lest they should be put out of the synagogues. So to confess you believe that was Christ, you was going to get cast out your religion. You couldn't confess to the real Christ, it was going to be cast out. So most people, what? Hell, they so-called peace. That's why Christ said, well, I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Because stuff got to get tore up. So I think I finished Isaiah 2. Let me make sure. Well, verse 22. So it says, cease ye from men whose breath is in his nostrils, for wherein is he to be accounted of? Let every man be a liar. Let God be true. And we don't understand God is going to come speaking through Christ. That's why man is a liar. Christ wasn't going to come speaking for man. That's why he say, I come to do my Father's will. If I was doing man will, I'd be a part of religion right now. I damn sure wouldn't be telling you I'm fulfilling the book. Did man write this book? No, prophets spoke what they saw, and they got transferred on paper. Now I'm fulfilling what they seen on behalf of God. So I just want to read the same verse of you in Revelation right quick about how it was going to hide from the majesty. If you go to Revelation 6, and we start at verse 15. It's going to name every man on this earth, y'all. It says, and the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in dens and in rocks of mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne. You got to have the majesty of God to sit on the throne. And from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? That's the terrible shaking. The great day is when God terribly shakes the earth. Well, I just read you Isaiah chapter 2, and then I just read you Revelation 6. That's when everybody was going to hide in the last days. They weren't going to hide 2,000. Didn't nobody hide from Christ 2,000 years ago. Not the story they tell us. But people hide from Christ in 2022. Because this God Christ. It's not Hollywood Christ. So, if you understand what hiding from the majesty means, and if you truly understand the prophecy, then these things is what's finna profit us in these times. But your eyes must be open to see these things. Bless those with the eyes to see. So yeah, y'all, the floor open if y'all want to speak or ask some questions. But I read Isaiah chapter 2, and I was just correlating because Isaiah said 3 times that they was going to hide from the majesty of God. Isaiah said 3 times in one chapter. But we don't understand what Isaiah truly saw. But if you read Revelation, he go the same vision. Damn, they hiding from the one that sit on the, why they hiding from the one that sit on the throne? He back to redeem them. Well, they doing evil. That's why they hide. So, like I say, y'all, these are the 5th grade teachers that should be easy for anybody to understand. But like I say, the floor open. If anybody want to speak or add something or ask a question. You say you got a question about the petition? Go ahead. What's your question? Is there a certain number you would like to sign? Yeah, we going for 1 million. We going for 1 million signatures. You want 1 million? Even tell a baby to sign. They'll put their footprint on there. I mean, we got like 640. Ain't that many people to sign it. Many people have viewed it and signed it. I think when you sign it, tell you how many views on there. Huh? When you go on there?
No, I just know it from your account.
But when you go on there, don't tell you how many people signed it?
Sign it, yeah.
We'll appreciate you. We'll appreciate the support. These are things that got to be done.
657.
There's a few more people that signed it. Yeah. Well, yeah, people don't. You gotta think about shit. For one thing, you gotta look at who started it. And it's too like I'm promoting it, but it should have received way more promotion than it have received also. So that's another one of the reasons, because like I said, nobody has picked it up. So that's another reason, because we got so many other things. I think right when I put my petition out, they had a petition going around with the stimulus. So when people heard petition, they heard the stimulus petition. They ain't hear y'all Jew petition. So like I said, these things just haven't been inputted yet. But it have reached 13,000 views and 600 people that supported it. Many people that it planted many seeds in people's minds. So at the same time, it's still doing its job. Because what's gonna take place is gonna happen regardless. But the petition is something, for the bring the unity and the one mind and the awareness to what's really going on in these times. A few people say they got trouble finding it. So, and then, by it saying what it's saying, it'll tell me what kind of blockages they got on it. Change.org. Change.org.
Yo.
What's up? What's up?
All right, so I just went to change.org, right? So what do I gotta do? Search for like your name?
Yeah, they got like 3 little bars, I think, in the right corner. If you type in Yaju Judah, it should pull right up.
You got it spelled in your profile?
Say it again? Yeah, in my profile.
Okay.
Yaju Judah.
Nice. I'll drop out because I'm going back to the site.
All right. Peace, y'all. Welcome in. Reporting live from the New Jerusalem, y'all. Reporting live from the New Jerusalem. We got a weather update. It's been tremendous snow. Lots of rain. And a lot of hellfire. To the leader, we need to talk one-on-one. Come up and show your face. Why we need to talk one-on-one? What you mean? I have no problem talking one-on-one. That's one of my go-tos. Okay, I just want you to come up here and show your face, bro. Make sure I'm not wasting my time, man. That's all. That's all I want you to do. All right. If you have a Facebook page, send me an invite. I can make that happen soon as possible. You know what today is? Probably tomorrow. I could be in contact on Facebook or Instagram. Yeah, come up, walk by the word. I want to see you, bro. See what I'm dealing with. At least, you know, Cloud of Glory, I have seen her come up one time to show her face, so I just like to put a face with something, man. Oh yeah, like I said, I done seen you before.
Well, I just wasn't going to talk. I believe, regardless, I'd like to talk to you because I think that I can help get the names on the petition, regardless of whether I believe you doctrine or not. But I'm not saying that I don't believe it. I haven't, by no means, have heard or been around this is the first time that I've actually really sat and heard you speak, because I was I got offended by one of your followers, but I think I've come to grips with that myself, and so I wasn't ready to receive what you said in the right frame of mind. But I did sign the petition last night, and I think if nothing else, if I speak with you, just because I want to get a good handle on what I'm sharing, and I want to not be ignorant.
All right, yeah.
To try to get somebody, because that's so. Like I said, regardless of what conclusion I come to, regardless of that, I think I can back that petition, and I can actually, and I probably can. I may not get a million names, but I can get several.
Okay, all right.
That's where I want. I don't want to argue doctrine or anything like that. I just want to get a handle on what I'm sharing. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. I definitely appreciate that, and you appreciate coming and telling me. So yeah, I definitely be in touch with you. Like I say, probably sometime tomorrow. Do you have a Facebook page or Instagram?
Facebook, I do, and I, at your convenience. I'm not, because like the people that are closest to me, I can go ahead and like my sister's here, and she said, because I told her I was like, I signed that petition last night, and she kind of looked at me, and I was like, because I can get behind the petition, after hearing all the words, no matter what, I can get behind the petition. And even if I decided this guy's crazy and he's not, whatever, I would not dare to run out and publicize that at all. I just, because I've said on several panels that I've said on, I'm not willing to say you're not exactly who you say you are. And I know the scripture. I mean, I've studied since I was 11, and I do know the scripture. So I do know that that we're looking for somebody in the midst of it, kind of thing. So I've not heard from you anything that's far-fetched. I've not heard from Daniel anything that's really far-fetched or anything like that. So, like I said there again, I want to start at the ground with the petition, because I absolutely know. I put in the chat last night. I was in here last night for a few minutes, and because they were talking about places where the word calls about petitions. And in I think it's Philippians, it says, "Go boldly before the throne of grace and make our petitions known unto God." That was and the whole time that y'all been talking about petitions, that's the scripture that kept coming to my mind, was going, boldly before that throne and making our petition known to God. So I connected with it on that scripture, and I appreciated the spirit in which you taught today. I thought was you did some good teaching.
All right, so all right, I appreciate.
But yeah, I have a Facebook,
that.
And then I also have a WhatsApp.
Okay.
So I don't know what would be easier.
Whichever one you feel comfortable with, just inbox it to me. Or like I said, you could just follow me on Facebook or Yazoo Judah, and we'll go from there.
I appreciate you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, peace. Walk by the word. All right, got a face with you. All right, I got you. All right, yeah. You got a Facebook, brother, man?
Yeah, I got a Facebook.
Yeah, you definitely hit me up on there, and we could definitely we chop it up.
That's a bit. I just want to talk to you without everybody else around.
Man, respect.
I've been on here before. I ain't get to really talk to you. And some of your people come to my lives and try to convert, people to what you believe. And nobody really came to my page and said anything that was edifying for the body. It's all like pieces of information that's nothing. So I asked them to tell you to speak with me, because maybe you have more understanding on what you teach than everyone else, but they all bring the same scriptures and all have the same breakdown of the scriptures. Just like any other sector that, they got certain scriptures that they talk to war with. Do you pray with your head uncovered and prophesy? It's all the same stuff. But if you are the one who could speak, then you got more knowledge to be able to go in depth about something that meaningful. So I'm not trying to say that your people ain't really just where you at, but they not coming with nothing to do what they trying to do. So it'd be better if you was to do it yourself.
That's why I say that's, you know, and that's kind of opinion, because, you know, some people that have reach, you know, so it's different strokes for different folks. You know, I better say it that way. You know, but I understand where you're coming from, and like I say, we'll definitely do that one-on-one.
All right. I'm
Man,
gonna drop down, brother.
I
Y'all
have no problem with that. All right. So, more questions.
I'm sorry, I got something else because I agree with Walk by the Word, but I do agree with you too that different strokes for different folks. And I do see where your people are coming from, and they're just a different operation or whatever. But I've got a pretty good following in other countries and different things. And God forbid that I would just reject something based on because I didn't like somebody's attitude or something like that. So if I can understand and I can see it, then I can disseminate it and teach that, teach the people, and that would be like my goal would be to come to some kind of the accord and walk and be able to do, teach the right thing and not something that's, just not right. But and that's another reason that I wanted to speak with you too. Because if we can work together, I mean, if you are who you say you are, then of course I want to work with you and I want to do my part, no matter what it is. If it's just getting names on a petition, to me that's something that's why I started there, because that I can do that, without any no problem or hesitation, is to be able to do that.
Yeah.
But if you're, like I said, I'm trying the spirit to see if they be of God, and if it comes down to this is what I'm waiting for, that you're who I'm looking for, then I absolutely want to understand I get that where he's coming from exactly, because that's exactly where I'm at, on that plane as well.
And I definitely respect that. I definitely respect that. I can't do nothing but respect that. So I say, like I say, I think after we have our talk, I think we'll establish a good foundation where we could, understand things a little more, and hopefully move forward. With the things we all trying to do, and at the end of the day, we all trying to work for God in one way, shape, or form. Now, you do have some people that's on their high horse and, just in their prideful ways and, don't want to come down. But if you truly, trying to do the work of God, at the end of the day, we should see eye to eye. So I definitely respect that. Like I say, I look forward to the conversation. It's Terry. He's going in the back. He coming for his half.
Peace and blessings, King.
What's up?
Not much. Peace and blessings, family.
Peace and blessings, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace and blessings, Shamika, sis. I just followed you too, JT. And this is my new phone, so I had to start over a new account.
Okay, yeah, that's what's up.
Yes, sir.
Judge, you saying A.
Yes, sir. New beginning. A new beginning, serving King God, Yahweh Judah. All praises go to him. You better know it.
Sure.
And I ain't gonna hide it. And I ain't gonna be ashamed. If I be ashamed of him and the rest of the angels and the saints gonna be ashamed of me. When I was came into his broadcast, it's just something about him that I felt in my heart and my mind and my soul. I know he was the Messiah. It wasn't no questions hands down.
Right.
I knew he
Can't
won.
be ashamed of that.
It's just his voice
Right.
that represented St. John 10 and 4. The sheep knows the shepherd's voice, and they won't follow a stranger. So that right when I first came on his broadcast, that sealed the deal for me. When I heard him say he's the Messiah, how he was speaking according to the word, and according to St. John 1:14, his word made flesh, and then some of his own people when they receive him, that did it for me.
Yeah. That's why we're supposed to listen. We're supposed to hear the voice. That's what sheep do. They hear for the shepherd's voice. Sheep don't read books. They listen for the shepherd. But the shepherd, the false shepherd, is deceiving the sheep. Because it's only one mediator. So all of these false shepherds are claiming to be the mediator for God. They claiming to be Christ. And they don't even know where he is. So yeah, it's the ear. We're supposed to hear the voice. That's what the word of God is. The word of God is God's voice.
He said, hear the voice, and then once you hear it, you have faith. And then once you hear it, don't let it fall on solid ground. Don't let the enemy come steal it. And Mark chapter 3 or chapter 4, and then it's telling you the kingdom of God is at hand. So then he said in Luke 13:3, repent, likewise repent or perish. It's your choice. And then he said in St. James chapter 1, I think it's James chapter 1, when he said he don't tempt no man with evil. And it's your free will.
Right.
And I'm going to suffer the affliction with the people of God to enjoy sin for a season. So then he said, this is what I'm trying to say. James chapter 1 and 22, and verse 21 and 22, he said, be a hearer and a doer. So once you hear the voice of God, and you see and hear the voice of God, then you become a hearer, a doer, and everything that's in his everything that represent him. You supposed to, you know what I'm saying? You supposed to. He made us in his image, but it's only one anointed one. So you know what I'm saying? We got the Father's instructions.
Right, and that's a fact, man. When you hear of the word, when you hear of the truth, you're gonna be a doer. You know what I'm saying? That comes one and the same, because the real truth brings understanding.
Right.
We all have wisdom and knowledge, but wisdom and knowledge don't motivate us. It just puffs us up. But the real truth is what brings understanding. And once you got understanding, the true understanding, which is the word of God, the voice of God, then you're gonna do the will. Right. So, it works one and the same.
And it sets you free. And when you do that, then it sets you free once you do all that.
Oh yeah, because you above all information. You in heaven. You flying with the eagles. You up on high, looking down low. So you set free. But none of us never been that high. So none of us or the people they can't vision it. They can't understand it because of the lies. It's a whole lot of from all areas, from all aspects of living. There's lies. So this is where we're in.
Hey, bro, I got a question.
But I shouldn't ask.
So when this mass exodus is going on to Ethiopia, right? Are the people required to have passports?
No. Everything will be waived for those people. Like I said, this will be, man. It will be everything will be waived. This is the time where all these debts are being removed. all these bonds are being released. You know, so now you wouldn't need no passport.
So everything will be waived. So we'll just literally be able to just, I guess, fly in there.
Well, boat or flying, you know, it will be your choice. But they, you know, a ship would be provided. Like I said, you know, and most likely we probably gonna have. They're gonna be like a free coming back home. Like I say, Dan, this is gonna be bigger than. This is gonna be on a mass scale. You know, now of course everybody in America just not gonna, you know, come like that. But yeah, it's gonna be like a mass scale, especially the descendants. All these people, because when these things happen, they're gonna release the artifacts. You know, and all these birth certificates and all this connection of these, because the Bible is about an inheritance, and those who cling to us, which will be the other nations that also want to come, just like everybody that came to America, and we're gonna go build up and unite Africa. With Ethiopia being the headquarters of government. It just that's where everything gonna be set up at. You know, so yeah, man, it's gonna be on a global scale. And like I say, all these things gonna be waived and provided for those who want to come back and build the nation. Of course, a lot of stuff gonna be given first to the governors and the leaders, you know, and the teachers and stuff like that of the society. You know, we're actually coming back into Ethiopia. You know, just to bring a whole new order of God. Mm-hmm. You know, like I say, we're gonna get out of this chaos of religion, because right now it's a big chaos of a lot of religion, a lot of people caught up in that's keeping us divided, keeping it from loving each other. Shit, I'm like, once my grandmother left the family church, shit, our cousins, you know, it was a different vibe then. We go to a different church now. You know, so it was a whole different vibe just in the family, because we went to different churches. You see what I'm saying? So just imagine if you got a different religion. You know, so yeah, we are, you know, and that's one of the major things why everything is going back to Ethiopia, because that's where everything originated from. So now, and like I said, all this was a form of government, and they taken this stuff and twisted it and built a false religion around it and deceived the world. So right now, this is a religious war. All of what we're fighting is a religious war. So now this war is finna be silenced with the truth. Babylon is over. With the spoken word of God, everything get dashed into pieces.
Yeah, I agree with Babylon is over, but the Byzantine Empire is still ruling.
But that's why I say that.
That's why I'm like, y'all got to go through this Catholic Church thing.
Well, yeah, because Babylon is still rolling, because the religion is still. Babylon will always be here as long as religion's here. You know, Babylon would always be here as long as religions are here. You know,
I mean, they there, but they don't have the power. You know, the Catholic Church has a foothold on all the religions. They got their foot on all the religions' necks.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. They just the head, you know, because you know they the ones that's in the false order. You know, so they have this little false order that they under, but religion is, you know, Babylon is a tower that's reached heaven. So it's just lies stacked on top of lies. So Roman Catholic Church is like the foundation of the lie. Then you put everything else on top of the Roman Catholic Church: Muslim, Moors, Christianity, Baptist, spirituality, Hotep, Egyptology, Kemet, All that shit stacked on top of the Roman Empire. Cause that's
Yeah. Not on top of them, falling actually under them.
Right. You know, so
They running them.
and that's why I say so. Babylon is a lot of multiple things in one. You know, it's like a tower that reach heaven. You know, as the scripture says, it's a tower. So it's a bunch of stuff stacked on top of each other. So when I say Babylon, I'm speaking of the whole collective.
Foundation.
Yeah, the whole collective of Babylon.
Babylon is basically the Muslims.
You know, the Muslims, the Christians, the Catholics. Yeah, it's everybody. That's why I say it's a bunch of things stacked on top of each other. It's this stacked on that, this stacked on this. You know, this stacked on this. It's a stack of things, stack of lies.
The whole
basically.
government system.
Yeah, the whole system. That's why I say some people think Babylon is a place, but Babylon is like a noun. Babylon is a person, Babylon is a place, and Babylon is a thing. You know, so Babylon is all over the world. When Daniel sleep.
So I got another question. Do y'all really believe that if this petition get 1 million signatures, it's really gonna make the Catholic Church puff up all this treasure and these ancient scriptures that they have?
It's not that we believe, it's that we know, and we're just waiting on our people to get out of the false doctrine. You know, hearken to the voice.
Okay. So y'all know for a fact that if this thing get 1 million signatures, it will happen.
There's more works that's happening, not just the petition. There's other works that are happening besides the petition. This is just one part of it.
Right. It's gonna happen whether the people accept the message or not. You know, God's words can't come back void. You know, these things must happen. You know, prophets prophesize of these things, and we are living in these days, the end days, and these things are taking place. So the Bible says that many are called, few are chosen. Not everyone is going to receive the message. You know, not everyone is going to have the ear to receive the message. You know, but to those that do, you know, this is what the will is to do the works. And this is what's happening. People is waking up. You know, with the lies that's going on, all the lies are stacked up. That's the power of Babel.
Beep. Breaking news. David versus Goliath. Bro, y'all too, let me get my headphones so I can be clear. I want y'all to hear me, man. Hey, man. Ooh, man, bro.
Hey, you know what you remind me of? When we get over there in Africa and we have our football team, I'm gonna make you one of them people. See, like you got them headphones on right there. What you call? I don't know what you call. That what job I'm gonna give you. The talk, yeah. You come on here just like that. You come on here with your headphones, breaking news. Boy, people gonna be excited to hear you, boy. And I know you love to talk.
Man, listen. But now listen. Underestimating people, right? So listen. Oh my goodness. Okay, now listen. Y'all Jew.
Yeah, correct.
They knew I had them in the figure four. They knew I had them in the figure four. See, this what happened, y'all Jew. Some white folks lied on me.
True story. I got lied on by some white folks, right? So initially, I wasn't even mad. I was gonna take it on the chin. I go to the police station, like, man, I ain't got time for this, man. Y'all know this ain't right. They cut their eye at me. Oh, okay, you got the right one. Complaint. They played me on my complaint. Fast forward. Listen, they told me ain't no pretrial. Basically, ain't no pretrial. Now, I protested, I got everything recorded, everything on a record, right? Well, actually, it's not on a record. I just happened to record everything. The clerk didn't record nothing. They falsified my record. But this the crazy part, Yaju. They falsified my record while I'm sitting here with a cell phone. I got a cell phone in my hand recording them. Why are they screwing me over? So they really thought I was bluffing. Like they thought I was some nigga just talking shit. Bro, I got countless videos. And don't think they just stuck on my phone. I got them transferred to CDs. I got hard copies, bro. I'm printing them off. I done spent a lot of money. Listen, look, bro. Look. I can print CDs all day long.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
All right. I mean, how many hard copies you got of me? Hey, I mean, how many hard copies you got of me?
No, I'm saying. I'm just letting you know, bro. Listen.
How many you got of me?
Anything on my phone. I mean, no, I ain't no stalker. I don't steal people's image. But I'm saying whatever on my phone, I could put on a hard copy.
That's what's up, man.
Whatever on my phone.
How much that cost? How much that cost?
Hey, the game is, man, if it's too much free game, bro, I'm going to let you know, Yaju. Holler at me, bro. Holler at me. Move in silence, bro. You got to move. People copy too much, man. There's too much copycat going on, bro. It's too much. Everybody, it's that, man. I'm going to let you know, though, because you my guy. So I'm going to let you know, word is bond. What I got, you got, bro. I really got a genuine love for you. Hey, man, but check me out, though, bro. Check me out. Real talk, man. Check me out, man. So, as I'm sitting here with my phone, they thought I was playing. Bro, I got hard copies. Listen, bro. Okay, boom. Fast forward. I'm actually accused of battery. So why these people who try to set me up, once they realize I didn't let them know that in the end, all these people gonna get in trouble and I'm gonna be rich. I didn't let them know this. So in the course of them trying to get themselves out of a bind, guess what they did? These boyfriend and girlfriend, old white people lied on me for no motherfucking reason, bro. They called the police, told the police I hit this woman. Then they went to trial. The judge kicked me out the courtroom on some dumbass shit. The prosecutor had her phone out, fucking with the microphone. Like, bro, they was really fucking with the microphone and everything, bro. And then, at the same time, while they fucking with the microphone, the court reporter, she finger fucking me. You feel me? Now listen.
Mm-hmm.
So because now you gotta realize, if they going through these drastic measures to stop me, that mean I got something on their ass. If they doing all this kind of shit just to stop me, bro, I got something on their ass. So if these people called the police on some bullshit, man, fuck this nigga. We gonna get his ass in trouble. Hold on, motherfucker, wrong nigga.
Huh?
Listen, why they go to trial and tell the judge, he told him I didn't see him hit her. She told him I didn't see him hit her. So how the fuck I get charged with battery then? None of you motherfuckers seen me hit this woman. So, motherfucker, the judge still found me guilty. I'm looking at the transcripts. Now, understand that these people actually thought it wasn't a matter of what they thought. It's a matter of how stupid they think a nigga really is. So, it's in the transcripts, bro. Soon as this motherfucker convicted me, hey, bro, let me get my transcripts. First thing I said, let me get my transcripts. Motherfucker, okay, I sent my lawyer to go get my transcripts. He come back and tell me, man, they said no. I said, man, who the fuck you think you talking to, bro? How in the fuck you gonna tell me they told you, no, man, you better go get my shit, bro, man. Who the fuck you talking to? You better go get my goddamn shit before I file some shit on you, bro. Go get my goddamn transcripts. So he went and got my transcripts, right?
Hey, Samurai, did you get that message?
Listen,
Samurai, you got that
listen,
message I just sent you? No, hold up, bro. Did you get that message I just sent you?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thank you, bro. Listen,
look at it. That's my cash app, bro. That's my cash app. You're gonna have to send $20 before I continue on listening to this shit you talking. I'm waiting.
You check the guy, bro.
Go ahead.
Hey, so like I was saying, y'all, check me out, bro. Listen, bro, fam, man, bro. See these cats, y'all, see, this is why you can't give away free game, because you would have a cat like this over here trying to use it, bro. You don't know how much energy it takes for me to recall all this information, bro. You just gonna break my train of thought like that, bro. You know, bro, you don't, but like, it's not even a game, bro.
You need to stop smoking all that weed. It sounds like you got a short memory.
Man, listen, bro, like, do you just lack discipline? What is it, bro? Time out, y'all. We gotta take a time out. What's up, number 7? What's on your mind, bro?
Just still waiting on that $20.
Okay. But yeah, y'all, man.
So basically, you won the case then. So you won the case, and then they had to pay you.
Basically, nah, bro. Listen, fam, bro. Like, I mean, like, bro, man, come on, man, bro. Like, what's the point? Okay, and then y'all, you would expect for me, and not trying to put it off on you, but it's like, bro, what would make me want to support somebody like number 7? Under any situation, as hard as I'm sitting here working, what would cause me? I don't care how you twist the word, what Quran scripture you come with, anything. What would make me want to help somebody like this dude?
Well, yeah, but you know, like I say, man, you ain't gotta take it that serious. I don't think he that, you know.
No, it is that serious. It is that serious, bro. I'm working hard, bro. It's definitely that. It's really more serious than what I'm making it.
Well, look,
I'm making light of it.
Yeah, that's what I say. But so sometimes you gotta think a thing about what I go through. You gotta take a page out of my book, man. You know.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
hey man, okay. Well, go ahead and mute him then. He deserves a mute, man. We out here really putting in work. He want to disrespect people, man. You know what I mean? He a grown man, bro. He really deserve a mute, bro. Like, come on, man. We grown-ups, bro. We ain't little boys. We supposed to be the finest.
I think he was just giving you a little pointer, man. I don't think he was really trying to be that disrespectful. He didn't say nothing too serious.
I mean, but he was, though. Okay, now think about this, Yaju. Just as you're the only person doing what you're doing, I'm the only person doing what I'm doing. That's not locked up. Niggas behind the wall do this, but I'm talking about one that's out here. And then I'm taking it one step further. I'm finna pass these pamphlets out all the way across the country for little or nothing. I'm not gonna sit here. I mean, it's not gonna be free. I can't pass the paperwork out for free. So people not gonna be able to get it for free, but it's not gonna cost much. You're gonna be getting more than what they paying for. I'm giving.
I could give you something right now.
I'm making a sacrifice.
I could send you something right now.
Bro, you know how you
It's not between.
you know how you could do this for
You
free,
can't
bro?
speak to me,
You
bro.
could
You can't
listen,
speak.
hey. Listen, bro. You
I'm
could
telling
take
you,
everybody
it's
email
people
address
like
down,
you that cause people like me to say,
and
y'all.
you could send that.
You know what
You
I'm
could
saying?
send your message out to all your
Hold up.
email contacts at once for free, no paper needed, just your fingers typing. And some
bro,
Wi-Fi.
so okay, so what did you get out of that, bro? Like, do that, bro, like, bro,
Did
check
you
your
get
drawers,
anything
bro.
out of what I
Check
just
your
said?
drawers.
Did you
Bro,
get
check your
anything from what I just said?
Hey man, go in the
You ain't
bathroom and
listening.
check your drawers, man.
When you obviously
Hold on,
ain't
man. You
listening,
know, we
bro.
gotta learn how to build one another. We can't get in our emotions, man. You know, we gotta
Yeah, that's what I told you, brother.
that's like it's like
Look,
people.
look,
You know, this is
look,
what I tell people.
Easy is 1, 2, 3.
He
You
might-
just take
he might
everybody's
be-
email.
Hey, y'all, just imagine.
Email
Hey,
address, and put it
hey.
in your contacts.
Right here.
hold up, bro. Hold up.
Guys like him in jail. Guys like him in jail.
Hold up, y'all. Just imagine this. God gave us right now 20,000 acres. God gave us 20,000 acres right now, y'all. What y'all think we'll be doing on there? Look at this clown, y'all. Ego is. I don't see how they keep making them. How you got them many pages? I blocked this dude about 5 times. Well, how? How they make that many? I don't know how they do it. But y'all imagine if God gave us 20,000, 50,000 acres right now. What the hell will we do with it? What our women gonna be doing on it? So people always say, why we don't have nothing, y'all? As you can see right now, we barely deserve it. Now, it's those y'all who really putting in work. You know, those who get up and go to work every day, y'all take care of their families, man. Them some great people. You know, now they might not know this information, but that's some great people. Because like I said, that's something hard to do, y'all. You know, but it's these people really that's our leaders, because the people that go to work every day and take care of their people, they not ready to lead no nation. They ain't even never thought about leading no nation. These things never dawned on their mind. So if God was to give us about 50,000 acres right now, what would we do? Mess it up, argue, fuss, kill, destroy. Because that's what we do on social media. That's why I say, y'all, we'll laugh and stop. Our condition is so bad right now, there's no way survival instincts ain't kicked in. Survival instincts should be kicked in by now, y'all. You know, and if your survival instincts and truly kicked in, then you know it's not a game.
Hey, you gotta look at it like this. A lot of our people have leadership skills. It's just not in, all areas. If you look in like hood areas, you see a lot of people got leadership skills when you see all these big ass gangs coming out of nowhere. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, you see they following they leaders. Let's do drugs, selling, killing, robbery, all that shit. Like, they still know how to lead. And believe it or not, a lot of these gang leaders are
we have
intelligent.
men leaving their kids to go be with another man.
Drug empires up. Because
Man,
some niggas are smart in some way.
we have men leaving their babies to go suck dick, go be with another man, basically. Probably on crack cocaine.
Nobody ain't asked no gay shit about that, bro. Just continue on with that bullshit.
I'm just saying, that's what this guy said right here. Whatever. Single forever.
That's probably some gay dude, man. Them niggas be tripping.
No,
It's like anytime
I know
it's
it's true for real. That's why
That mean they not
people
legal.
always want to
That's
come
why
in and
it's
make a
like that,
conversation about
because
gay
it's true.
people. Like, we
Nah,
ignoring
it
y'all.
ain't.
We don't want to talk
Well,
about that.
hey,
We talk
I'll
about
tell you what,
that
in-
higher.
Right.
some
In
gay
Florida
shit.
legislature, they just passed a law, don't stay gay
We
in
don't want to talk
schools.
about that.
In the
We don't wanna
schools,
talk about
get your
that.
head out the sand.
And talking about
Let's
50,000 acres of land, and you talking about some gay shit.
Get your head out
We
the
don't wanna-
sand. Before you talk, get your head out the sand. Because I see in your
Get my
profile
head
pic,
out
you got a
the sand and
picture.
let you educate
Took a
me
picture of
on
yourself
gay
and the
shit.
goddamn, you put your head in the fucking
wife and kids for another man.
Looks like
That's
you got
what
an
you want to
Arabic
talk
name
about.
too. Looks like an
So what
Arabic.
happened? Your father left you? Your
Hey,
father
y'all.
left you for another
Urdu.
man?
Hey, man, come on, man. We ain't on
Like
here
an
for that,
Urdu,
bro.
got
We
an
ain't on-
Urdu connection.
We ain't on here for that, man.
We breaking up. We breaking up.
We ain't on here for that.
Yeah, that's one of the friends of the dude you said you kicked out like 5 times. That's one of his buddies. That's how they roll. They deep as hell.
Oh, he friend with the dude I just kicked out?
Yeah. You know he is.
No friends. Talking to
Bro,
me.
he just
I got
kicked
no
the
friends.
gay dude out the room, and then here you come talking this gay shit. Of course you was friends. Nah, it's not hard to see.
You can't pull the wool.
Yeah, I was
Hey,
talking
what's
to
up,
gay
YouTube?
shit. That's right. I did it. I talked to gay shit. And you talking it too. If you're talking to me, you're talking about some gay shit.
Hey, man, we gonna move on.
Gay shit. I'm the one that brought it up, and I don't know that guy.
That's
I brought
why
it
you
up.
single forever. That's why you single forever. Get the fuck out of here.
Here we go.
Why you
But you
single
woke it
forever?
You woke it up though.
Nah, man, we
Now
not
he
saying
wanna
that.
kick that.
So what y'all want to do? Jump on the brother panel and argue?
I'm not trying to
argue there. Make it easier for both of y'all.
I don't know that guy, but I made the comment and he woke it up. And now that he see that I'm a female, he want to switch sides.
Yeah, that's why right now a man is going to be measured by his role, which is being a man, not by what he got. Because one thing a faggot can't do is be a man. Faggot have a lot of money. Faggot have a lot of cars. He can't be a man. Nope. No, he can't. So when you want to measure a man, just make sure it's not by materials. Make sure. Hey, District 1, you got, you in the panel, bro. You gonna respect. This is second time coming in here with disrespect. You left last time with some disrespectful words. So if you want to play on the panel, brother, man, you gotta find you another platform. We don't play on here. We might laugh, we might crack a little joke, but we don't play. We grown men. So you did right. So what's next, y'all? What's next? 5:10. 10 o'clock, 8 o'clock. 3 more hours. Maybe also got a call tonight. Get on up now. No questions, huh, y'all? Y'all ain't got no questions for me.
I don't be scared. They just sit in the comments all day.
Most of them won't they be scared to come up here. Most of probably everybody here down their family. Yeah, nobody really up here.
Any of my Muslim stalkers out there?
Got the Muslim scared, boy.
Stalking me for a photo op. They want to defame my good image and put me in drag. They've been spanked and ganked. Now they mad. Oh yeah, but yeah, bro. I actually signed the petition.
I appreciate it.
The numbers wasn't that high though. The numbers was it was like 6 something.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm
know.
wondering, is that daily or is that like for all time?
No, that's for all time.
Damn.
Yeah, people just looking at it, bro, and keep going.
Oh, man, we got a long way to go to 1 million.
See, I can get 1 million in one day.
Yeah, it's possible.
It's probably, yeah, but you know, it's just, you know, like I say, man, it's us also bring awareness to what we're doing and why we're doing it. So it's doing its work, man. You know, definitely it should be way more than, man. Like I say, I get 1,000 views a day. So when people just that alone should make people go sign. But that just showing you how we just, people don't know what to support. People don't know what to do. People don't know where to go. People don't know what's true. What's it? So I get it in a way, but you know, I don't get it because, like I say, it ain't nothing but a petition for me to go do the work. And like for me to judge the Roman Catholic Church, that would be on behalf of all of us. Cause
I'm saying like this,
you know,
I don't believe in any of them gods. I signed this shit on GP because we black. And I'm familiar with Garvey, you know, and all that. That's why I signed it.
That's why I say that's another thing. Like shit, that's another brother. Like if I had a brother come to me, man, look, bro, I'm going to judge the Roman Catholic Church, man, you know, because they stole from us, bro, you know, help us build our nation. Man, you think I wouldn't sign that? Yeah, that brother.
Yeah, the fucked up thing is, majority
a
of us
brother ain't
know
even got to
that.
tell me what religion he even from. He said, what are you doing? What make me sign it?
Yeah, we know they conquered and raped all the riches of the country. We all know that shit. And it's like we won't, you know, just jump into something just because the brother got going because of his beliefs will just not support it. Rather than saying, fuck it, he black, support that shit. We all know that shit actually happened regardless of what we believe. Muslim, Christian, whatever. You know that happened to your people. So you might as well support it.
That's real. Peace, sis. Greetings to you. You know, so yeah, man.
Thanks,
you know,
everybody. Blessings.
that's why I say, man, you know, it's a lot of, you know, people that's really not working for us when it comes to leadership in our community. You know, most of our leaders not working for us, man. They're not working for us.
I'd just like to add, now that it's voting season, it's crazy how they're willing to go and vote for different causes and different folks that has no relations to them, but are not willing to vote for a better cause. Like, you know, all these votes, and they tell us to go ahead and vote. And, well, actually, there's a new thing. There's a new update. I think they said Trump has, I don't know, like took out maybe 400,000 votes out of Georgia or something that has to do mostly with minority community, which is involving Black people. And I was like, it's like the prophecy is definitely being reviewed to us every day. And it's sad because only those that have the eyes and the heart to see that God has given them that ability to see can actually see what's happening in front of us. And, you know, and then I keep pushing it forward like, well, this is time where our people really literally needs to start seeing these things and start taking action, you know, instead of trying to, you know,
feel sorry or like condemn them. We cannot continue to condemn them, but what we can do is take actions into our own hands and come together as one and do what we need to do for us. You know, they're going to keep doing what they got to do to support their people. Why is it that we're having so much difficult times? Our leaders, our police officers, our doctors, and our nurses, like we have leaders like the Yaju is saying, we have our own leaders that are not in support of anything when it comes to us, but yet they're willing to go and vote. Like now is voting season. They literally about to go out to these centers and vote for causes that has nothing to do with them. And in the end, just like with the Donald Trump situation, they knew how much they knew exactly what Donald Trump's purpose was. And they elected him knowing his purpose. So at this point, I mean, what part of that do they not understand? Mm. You know, the fact that they don't even want us voting for the next president. You know, they don't want us having any say-so in correction. So when are our people going to wake up? Why they keep voting for the wrong folks?
Yeah, that's why the gospel is just that important, man. Like we have to spread this gospel. You know, if they don't hear it, they don't see it, they're not gonna understand it. You know,
it's weird. It's literally being unfolded in front of our eyes every day. And it's a mockery. Like, it's definitely a mockery. Like I once stated before, it's a mockery to our ancestors. It's a mockery that our people came and fought so hard just so we can get to a point where unity would be, you know, so important to us and we can come together as our own. But our folks, yeah, it's like, okay, their unity is being unified with them. No. If they don't want us around, they don't want us in their schools, in their hospitals, they don't want us in their neighborhoods, they don't want us anywhere they're definitely located at. So why are we even pushing forward to be equal with them? There's no, you know, their equality does not include us.
I want to go against that part. I think their whole goal is to be like us. Everywhere we go, they're right behind us. Everything we do, they want to do it. They're right. They want to be next to us. It's almost like they want to be us.
But trying to be us without us.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, I mean, that's a good thing. But the thing is that this book had to play out. I mean, it's God, you're going to take care of all of them.
This should be going up here in a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. That was, I don't know what was number 3 background noise.
Yeah, look, I was just saying that basically they just want to be us. I mean,
without us.
Well, yeah. That was amazing. I've seen them go from the 80s to can't dance to talk about us outwardly, but inwardly at home practicing, doing everything that we do.
We got the juice.
We got the juice. So that we are some incredible people. We actually, the whole world looks at us. But we don't even look at each other that way. Isn't that amazing? They look at us differently than we look at ourselves.
That's deception.
Yeah.
That's why images is everything, man. Like, to really want to be, because I know what it's saying. Like, I never wanted to be a leader, but I always had leadership skills. But I never wanted to be a leader of nothing. I just want to live a normal life and be happy. So they beat the leadership role out of the black man. That's why I say that. You know, I was listening to Ace Hood last night. He say the white man swinging a switch, dog. That image is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's certain images like that took the fight out of a man that wanted to be a leader. You know, this is why all these images were shown. You know, because it took our natural power to even want to govern our own selves, or even look at another person as a governor, because we don't see it. You got to be a certain way to be a governor. You can't be. It ain't about being righteous. You know, it ain't about having the correct way. It's about being a certain way. You got to know how to speak a certain way. You got to dress a certain way. All that's fake to being a governor. You don't shouldn't have to. That shouldn't be the qualifications of a governor.
Right.
But those are the qualifications. So of course they're gonna keep us out the race. You know, because they want to make us like them. That's not how we govern. You know, that's not. So that's why we prefer to govern other things than to govern, you know, the image they got for us. Well, greetings and peace, y'all. Peace. What's up?
Peace, blessings.
Chanel. Peace.
It's kind of like new survival tactics too. Like, well, if they're kind of okay with being Americanized and gotten comfortable in it.
That part.
Mm-hmm.
I was studying the what is it, the Lost What Y'all Jew. I've been watching, like, it's a lot of studying we really have to go back and do. So the lost thing of Ethiopia, how Christianity elaborated literally from Ethiopia, and I was like, wow, that's something some of us did not even know. And so here we are, we just was given something that we don't even research, that we're not even willing to, you know, deep the roots of where it even originated from. And I watched the documentary on how they literally serve gods compared to the way how Christianity worship gods. It is nothing alike.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is, you know, and like, was, you know, even Ethiopia corrupted it a little bit, but like I said, the original Christianity was to follow the one that sits on David's throne. And then it wasn't really follow, it's to serve that throne, because that would be where the majesty and the righteousness of God would be. So that's what the people would pay servitude to, you know, to that throne. And that was the real original Christianity. And from there, it became Muslim. I mean, I submit to God in my own way. That's why a Muslim really worship a rock. The rock is the stone that the builders refused. But of course, all these ancient sayings, you know, got watered down with man wisdom, and man put traditions on them. You know, so all this stuff spin off, even Muslims spin off from the Ethiopian people. You know, and then they just going about doing stuff their own way, in the way they think they're hearing it, just like we doing today. You know, we setting up a lot of false gods off what we hear. You know, and we lean to our own understanding. That's what our ancestors did. They leaned to their own understanding, and, you know, they didn't accept the higher wisdom, or the most high, as we would say. You know, someone with a little bit higher understanding, you know, of what you're doing to bring the enlightenment. So you can remove yourself from dead works, because going to church is dead works. Praying to the east, praying 3 times a day is dead works. All these things are dead works. You know, so you're actually doing it for nothing. So the true enlightenment removed dead works from, you know, from the people or amongst the nations. Ethiopia, y'all, is something that if you're dealing with the Bible and you ain't looked up Ethiopia, trust me, you far away from the understanding of the, well, I wouldn't say you far away from understanding of the scriptures, but, you know, it really would open up your mind to a lot of, how would I say it, understanding of what the Bible is really talking about, and that's a priesthood. And that's what a lot of us have gotten away from. We just skipped over the part the Bible is about a priesthood. It's not a fairy tale book. It's not nothing that's magic. It's a priesthood that talks about an order. And that's why when you use law, words are different. You know, in the Black Law Dictionary, when you say right, you saying east. You saying south. Right can mean east or south. When you say left, that means north or west. That's why America is the Western society, but it's called North America. Because north in law means left. It means west. You know? So all these things, like, so the Bible is a law book. So of course these words have different meanings than what we would read it as a regular person who defining words from a dictionary, which is Webster. And that's really the change up on the Bible. You know, so, and that's how everybody is really deceived.
Wow. It's deeper than just what they're putting out there today. It has definitely been translated in so many different shapes and forms for deceptions, but not to lead to the truth.
Well, like I say, it's really what they, and I was saying it earlier, when they changed time, because really, they didn't really change the scriptures because the prophecy remained the same. Like, no matter what book you read, y'all, the prophecy always remained the same. It never changed. Now, what have changed is the time. You know, they changed God's time because God was going to do these things at a certain time. They just told us when God did it. And plus, they superimposed the story. So on top of, and that's how they changed time. If they changed when God was going to do these things, and when God actually do these things, we'll never see it because it had already happened. And now they telling us something else going to happen, which ain't even really written in scriptures. They just got a few words that match up with what they saying. And that's causing us to believe it because, like I said, we the first generation to read the Bible. Grandma didn't read. Grandma went to church. Mama didn't really study because she had to work for her kids. We, the generation with cell phones, we can look up anything. And excuse my French, but when you taking a shit, you can look up a Bible scripture. You can look up so many things while you sitting on the toilet, and everybody take their phone in the bathroom. So you sitting on the toilet, you can look up so much information that it would have took the average person 20 years ago 4 days. You done found it while sitting on the toilet taking a dump. You done found it. You see what I'm saying? So what we are capable of doing is like no other generation. But we can't recognize our power because of the time that they told us and the lies they have spread. They told us the greats came 2,000 years ago and 6,000 years ago when everything in the book was talking about this generation that's going to be great. And that's the most important part they changed. That's why I say change laws and time. You know? And now everybody that read the Bible and go to school is a teacher now. That's not law. That's not the law of God. You know? That's not the law of God.
I'm sorry. I think people hear you say that and misinterpret it like you're the only one that can teach, and that's what you're saying is like learn from you so you can spread the message. But people hear you say and get offended, like, you know.
Yeah, that's why I say blessed is he that's not offended because of me. You know, because the Bible was made to be fulfilled, not interpreted. You know, so we tell people no one could ever teach the scripture that's supposed to be fulfilled because they'll just be trying to teach you a dream. If you teach somebody a dream that you ain't even have, you have to interpret it. And then you got to put your private interpretation on it. So even the scriptures tell us it's no private interpretation.
Don't leave little me.
You know, so this is, but see, people are convicted, you know, when I do tell them, but you know, so people do. I don't think they take it out of context. They really just don't know who they're hearing it from because everybody's saying they waiting on Christ to come back, but at the same time. G Mama.
Okay, get that card for me, bring it to me.
G Mama, you didn't know you was You ain't muted, so I had to mute you for a second. So yeah, people gonna get offended, and that's, like I say, these are things that's written. But those who are blessed, they not. Because they're gonna have the ears to hear what's truly really being said. And that's the whole thing about the meek gonna inherit the earth. The meek is gonna inherit the earth. Yeah, you can't be puffed up when it's time to hear from God. That's one thing you can't do. We know the book have really made a lot of people do that because of what people have read and what they might think they know. So, yeah. Have any questions, y'all? So anything else y'all got any questions on? Anything? I got a call we gotta do. Y'all just yeah, I know. I already understand. No questions, huh? Y'all no questions.
I do have a question.
All right, go ahead.
Someone in the comments was asking you to elaborate on Luke 1:41. And I was just wondering about that too. Was that was when Mary and Elizabeth met and the baby jumped in Elizabeth's belly? Was that actual happenings? Were they both pregnant? Because I think I heard you say Mary was not an actual person.
Yeah, that represents the two wisdoms that was around at that time. You had John the Baptist, the one that came bearing witness of Christ, was born by Elizabeth. Then you had the virgin birth,
right,
which is the one that was born by the Spirit. So finally, those who was proclaiming Christ, they understood the birth of the Son. So that's when Elizabeth, which is the wisdom, was enlightened with the wisdom from God. So that's why I say the let me go to the scripture. Because somebody asked me that the other day. Matter of fact, mama asked me that.
Yeah, I think that's who just put it in the comments. I was just reading the scripture, and I was wondering about that. Were they actually pregnant and had these babies? John the Baptist and the one Mary and Jesus.
No, that's just like it tell you in Revelation how you tell you the woman with the 12 stars on her head and the sun and the moon under her feet. That's just showing you the wisdom that was gonna give birth. Because to be born of God, you gotta be born of spirit. So the spirit is given a feminine name. Because just as a woman give birth, the spirit was gonna give birth. So a new thought brings a new body, a new person. So that's the whole thing about being born again. So the story, okay. So the story just uses a woman name, which is a feminine name, to describe the spirit. So it says, and the angel departed from her. I'm gonna start at verse 39. It's saying Mary arose in those days and went into the hill country with haste into the city of Judah, and entered into the house of Zacharias, and saluted Elizabeth. And it came to pass that when Elizabeth heard the situation of Mary, the babe leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Ghost. Again, that's why it's showing you how she was filled once the baby leaped in her womb which is the one that was really either healing the womb or bringing healing, or that's really all it's saying. Then she was filled. It's like once the disciples realized the birth and the rising of Christ, they was filled with the Holy Ghost, because that's when they accepted. Because before that, Elizabeth, which is really the wisdom that's lacking, the spirit, which is life. But that's not literally saying a baby jumped, in her lap. It's just metaphors. And 42 is saying, she spake out with a loud voice and said, blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. And whence is this to me, that the mother of my Lord shall come to me? Yeah, then she rejoiced. So yeah, like I said, it's just showing you the birth of the two wisdoms that was going to be in the earth. The Esau and Jacob, the Cain and Abel, the bond woman, the free woman. They talk about that also in Galatians. They're talking about the bond woman, he's talking about the free woman. Well, the spirit was going to set us free. That's kind of basically what that's speaking of.
So John the Baptist was never a little person.
No, it was more like those who come speaking before Christ, the coming of Christ.
Okay.
John the Baptist is more like the prophets that spoke before Christ. That's why I say all this stuff is really figurative. Because the law produces bondage. As I tell you, the law will be the bond woman. The spirit is what's going to bring life, which is going to free us. That's the free woman. That's the same thing with Abraham, 2 wives, Agar and Sarah. Agar was the bond woman. Yeah. Sarah was the free woman. So it's all parables, and it's really all the same parables that's throughout the whole scriptures. They just put different names in the same parables. It's using different names.
So one of them gave birth to Isaac. Is that true?
Yeah, that was Sarah.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Sarah.
Isaac is what of the covenant.
Isaac is what?
Isaac is of the covenant. Isaac will be of the free woman, because that's why Isaac had Jacob. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right. Okay. I've heard that a lot, but I never understood the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
No,
I've heard that, but I never had to explain to me what that meant.
And that's also saying that's the God of resurrection, which is Abraham. Abraham represents a mind frame. Isaac represents the sacrifice. Abraham was about to sacrifice Isaac, but God stopped him. So it's like I said, it just represents the sacrifice. And Jacob represents the purpose. It's like the mind, body, and soul, because the true God raised you from the dead. That's what God did. That's the whole teachings of God did to Christ, raised him from the dead. So that's the God of Abraham and Jacob represents the God of resurrection, which is the God of thought, sacrifice, and purpose. You have not resurrected from the dead if you don't have the correct thought, if you don't have a sacrifice, and if you don't have the purpose. And the purpose is to do the will of God. So that's why you have Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It's metaphorically speaking to the God of resurrection.
Wow. Okay. I've heard that preached many a times in the church, but I never heard it explained to what that actually meant. But every time I hear these names, they was talking of them as if they were, just little people that was doing these things.
Yeah, they done did the number on us.
What happened? It's not working. It's not working right.
No, it work. I need to know how to hook up.
Put it together.
No, how to hook up, like I can hear. You got the little screen right there. Then you can take it out, you know. So I just got to find out how to put a speaker. Like I don't know if this is a speaker too. I think this is a speaker too though.
For real?
Yeah, because it play music.
Damn.
So I got to find out how it works. Yeah. So yeah, you know that's why I say it was gonna be that one bread from heaven that come, and once the bread from heaven come, we got to get rid of the bread we eat, that we all have partake in. You know, all of us have partake in that bread we eat, and we got to realize at one point, you know, everything we was told was a lie, but there's no lie without the truth. So the truth was gonna bring understanding about things you was already told. You know, and that's why it was going to be a New Testament, because it wasn't going to be nobody bringing you a testament from what they read. It's going to bring somebody bringing you a testament of what they doing, you know, which is the Father's will. So that's why it's a New Testament. We're receiving testaments from people who ain't seen and ain't doing. All their testaments come from what they have read.
Right, what we have read. I'm sorry.
So that's what's going on, y'all. So now you just got to come back to God, come back to the word that proceeds from the lips of the vessel God is housed in the spirit. Like I said, these are Moses' teachers, and it's people like that's why I don't throw away the law. You know, I came to fulfill the law. You know, so when we read verses like this in Deuteronomy, 12 and 5, these are basic principles that we're supposed to do for our God. It says, I'm just gonna read 5 just for y'all can start at verse 1 if you want to. Read the whole chapter, be my guest. I'm just gonna read this one verse to show you the basic principles on how we worship God, which is spirit and truth. Now, why does it say these things? Well, here's a precept. So if you go to Deuteronomy 12 and 5, it says, but unto the place which the Lord your God shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there. So who God gonna put his name, or we gonna put God's name somewhere? God gonna put the name. The name is the spirit. Hallowed be thy name. So whoever has that spirit is hallowed. Holy One of Israel. So it says, but unto the place which the Lord your God shall choose out of all your tribes to put his name there, even unto his habitation. Why would this be God's habitation? Because God don't dwell in temples made with man's hands. God gonna dwell in a temple that God has raised up. And ye shall seek, and thither thou shalt come. This is where you should bring everything to. Not to your church houses, not to the vessel that God chose. And that's why I say, even if you don't believe it's me, you still got to find a vessel God chose. So like I told you, let's find them together. If you know somebody else, where he at? Let's go talk to him. Let's go sit down with him. Let's go see what he know. Let's go see what he doing. This is the basic law. Nobody don't want to keep it. So let's go to Deuteronomy 18:18. That's why I say that's how you worship God in spirit and truth. Because God gonna choose where the spirit go. We're not gonna choose where the spirit go. Don't be foolish. No, you're not gonna choose where the spirit go. Come on now. We know God gonna choose where the spirit goes. So let's go to Deuteronomy 18:18. It says, I will raise them up a prophet from among their brethren, like unto thee, and I will put my words in his mouth. Well, you can stop right there. What God gonna do? Put the words in his mouth? No, I say God gonna put him in a book. No, I say God gonna put him in his mouth. That's what God did Moses. That's what God did Jesus too, huh? You know? So it says, I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak unto them all that I shall command him. So when God command the vessel that God have chosen to speak, then where the commandments gonna come from? They must gonna be coming from the vessel too. So do commandments come from the book, or do commandments come from the vessel that God has chosen? That's spirit and truth. That's the only way to worship God is spirit and truth. But we're not doing that. We're reading the book and saying we worshiping God. Stop lying. So why do we let every man be a liar? Because they ain't showed us how to worship in spirit and truth. So how many men you done scratched out to say they're not talking the truth? That's a lot of people you can scratch out just that fast. Be like, damn, they lying. And some people so scared of the truth because it's so simple. They scared. Don't you know the truth is so simple? It scared people to believe it's not the truth. And I'm going to tell you a prime example. When we talk about 1868, most people who so knowledgeable, they think they know so much about history, they say we ain't going back further enough. So whatever we talking about is garbage. And they don't even know what we talking about. But when we tell them about 1868, because they saw on their high horses, they say we need to go back 6,000 years if we want to be talking about something. Because they think since we talk about the 1800s and it's so close that we can't know what we're talking about unless we speaking of something 6,000 years ago. Because if you talking about something 6,000 years ago in today's time, they think you wise. If you was really wise, I think you a fool for talking about something 6,000 years ago. Because like I said, they had stuff happen yesterday on my street. Don't nobody know but those who was out here. Your wisest man don't know nothing happened on my street. Unless he hear it from the people that seen it. So what you think was going on back then? How they know everything, but they wasn't even there? You say this a cult. Okay. Everybody got their opinion, man. But I guess those who in it, they know what it is. Hold on. Somebody made a fake page, came up here to troll in the comments. Yeah, y'all, what I need to take me about a little 2-hour break. Cause I got a call at 8. I met you in person. You come up there if you met me in person. Expose the real then. Come expose the real. Let's see how if you met me in person, then come up here and expose me. Let the people know who I am. Invite them up. Let the people know who I am. You're like, you're the only person met me in person. Wow. And I want you to show your face too, so everybody can see your body language. Body language let the people know if you're telling the truth. So let people come up here and see your body language and see what you're really saying is real because you met me in person. Now you done switch to what happened when you die. Do you know? No, come up here and tell the people how you met me in real life. I know you're a troll. I don't know why I'm even giving you energy.
What do y'all be asking, man? Well, when you die, you go back to God, your spirit.
That's a troll, Clint. They ain't doing number trolling. Christ came to get life, not Christ. If Christ here to give life, why are you worrying about what happened when you die? That's why I say you're not even on the mission at hand. We giving life to those who dead, but you worrying about after you die. You're not even paying attention to what's at hand. When a child is born, do you start teaching the child about when they die, or do you start teaching the child about how to live and what they are born into? So we are being born into what? The new kingdom of God. So we are being taught how to live now because we born again. And I ain't finna talk to you through no comments. I really finna get off anyway, so you know I ain't finna talk to you through no comments. Now, you might get me to stay a little longer if you come up, but I ain't going through no comments. And then you're a troll anyway, talking about you met me in person. Who the hell meet me?
They're scared to come up. They know what the deal is. They come up. They're scared.
I don't know who this is.
It doesn't look good. Y'all making comments in the comments. And y'all can come up and have a conversation. That really speaks a lot for you.
I'm out, man. I might be back. I don't know if I'm gonna bring YouTube back, but I might be back a little later.
Keyboard Gangster with a mic. I want to call Keyboard Gangster with a mic.
Salute YouTube. Peace, peace.